Hello, this is Ramirez with Tidewater Renaissance Fighting Arts, and a couple of weeks ago, and actually I'll be in England for the next 2 weeks, so videos might be a little sparse, but we talked a little bit about left-handers and working with right-handers, the differences, and some of you in the comments were like, well, isn't it the same thing if you just were, just reverse what a righty does? And it really isn't that simple, and I want to explain this so that other left-handers understand where we're coming from, why things work the way they work, and why some things might be advantageous. With me, I have Christine. Christine is our head instructor here at TRFA, and she's going to be helping me out. So what we're going to do is we're going to face one another. And when I talk about mirrored attacks, it means that our optimal attack, our optimal swing collectively is this, moving across. That's where we're going to get, if I step in, I'm going to get my greatest range and distance. It's not to say that I couldn't get range and distance, it's just not the same as my desired side, and that's also hers. If we were righties, this occurs on opposite sides. So my optimal attack and hers are on opposite sides. Because as a lefty, we're on the same side, there are some things that go on. Outside and following attacks can be highly advantageous. So it is to my benefit to get her to do something and follow that attack. And now this is reversible. So in the same sense, if I attack first, her hitting to the outside is highly preferable. This doesn't exist in a right to right situation, but in left to right it does. That doesn't mean that that initial attack is entirely bad. It means that she might want to be on the outside. Let's do this very slowly. If I come with a cut ending in a thrust, and I defend my outside, I'm in a very advantageous position. But I must make sure that I'm guarding, and I want us just to kind of turn a little bit if we can. We'll go that way, there you go. So you can see my blade is outside of my body, lining up with hers. So it's not necessarily a bad idea. So let's come a little bit to that angle, just so that people can see that again. So we're here, we're both cutting to I believe our strong point, but I'm making sure that I keep my blade outside my body. And that can be advantageous. Another thing, we'll go face each other, is Lichtenhauer's Duplierin, which is a little different from Myers. Remember that my desired cut, I'm not going to ask you not to do anything just yet, is going this way. In order to do Duplierin, I have to get a little bit of conflict going. So I'm actually going to attack outside. If I do this lightly, my desired cut is actually here, going in the way that I want to go. So, once again, going slowly with that, if I'm light and I continue through, this will be very easy and advantageous. Why? Because she's on the outside and her desired cut. I'll just stand here, just do the cut, we'll go that way. So when we make contact for Duplierin, she wants to push my blade toward herself. And that becomes very advantageous to that technique because of where the desired cut is. Once again, this works both ways, so if she's willing to counter, now here's where it gets weird. If I tried to go this way, normally she's not set up to counter me because she wants to cut this way as well. As lefties, we're kind of used to this weird idea of I'm going to turn this way. And you have to admit, that's not natural for you. As someone who's used to fighting righties, the idea that I'm going to start here and cut this way, very natural for lefties. But as a righty, you kind of trying to want to, that just doesn't feel right. Yeah. But the truth is, if you were able to do it, so if you came this way, and I'm pushing, all you have to do is turn your blade, and you'd be actually cutting toward me. But as I said, for righties, that's a very unnatural thing. For lefties, getting used to the idea of being here and cutting across, not as uncommon. And once again, as long as I have my body outside my blade, I have a lot of potential here. Okay? If I want to wind into that, that's there, and I'm guarding my body. So just some advantages, some different thoughts about how It's not necessarily a reversal. We have to understand our strengths as lefties in combining and in fighting with a right-handed opponent. It's not to say righties can't learn how to counter this, but, and while I'm giving my secrets out, we will, kind of continue to explore the advantages of being left-handed and strategies for left-handed people. Once again, my name is Ramirez. This is Christine. We're both instructors here at Tidewater Renaissance Fighting Arts. We're based out of Norfolk, Virginia. I'll leave a link in the descriptions. And we'll either see you there or we'll see you in the next video.